How are we living, boys? This is your Rank 1 Challenger Briar guide. You may be wondering why I'm doing this a second time. Well, it's been a year and a half since the last one, and information is updated, so will the video. Now, I want to be clear with you, this champion can literally build anything, and that's one of the problems of her, is you have too many options. What do you do? So I'm going to give you a streamlined one. This is your best rune page for almost every build. This rune page could go to any build and still do what it needs to, so I highly recommend starting with this. Here's your first build. This is Bork Black Cleaver. This is one of the most certified Briar builds of all time. You're going to go Blade of the Ruined King first for 1v1 build, Black Cleaver for the awesome bruiser stats and high ability haste. Slot in your boots, whichever defensive boots are better for the lobby. Sundered Sky, Spear Visage, Overlord's Blood Mail. You have a full build right here. And now it's time to win. Another in game, I can help you guys with more direct gameplay things. I like to drop this ward every single game right here. Boom. I like to sit inside the bush, obviously, so they don't know who's warding there without, abusing, checking this little status indicator. But I dropped this mostly because Briar's level 1 has a lot of finicky parts to it where someone can just walk near you. And if you W, you will prioritize champions over your blue buff, and that's going to suck. So definitely like to know if someone's trying to mess with me or not. So obviously seeing Kane at 121 here. He's not going to since camp spawn at 130. Now, you usually get 6 autos on a W. At level 1, you don't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you don't have time to W2. W2 is the bite, so you reactivate it during the 5-second timer, right? So when I W, it lasts for 5 seconds. This is going to be a little risky. 2 autos, W2. Professional. 3 autos right here. Right, I've done this too many times, so luckily this is good. Now, I will be showing you the best clear too. I think it's important for you guys to know that Briar needs options because of how, the frenzy works, right? It is the blessing and curse of this champion that sometimes I have to play in position in certain weird ways to make sure that I'm hitting the correct target. And because of that, I need more options to pick the champions that I'm hitting. So a good first full clear gives you more options, right? So right here, when we start blue buff, we're trying to get a 308 full clear. And yeah, it is so important. I'm telling you, if you have to join every fight late or down a player as Briar, you're not going to have any fun. It's going to feel so terrible. So right here, we are going for 6 autos every time that we have WQ. So again, only at level 1, do W and get 5 autos. So right here, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 W2 with the recast, and would you look at that? You just did your first 6 auto W. Now you're going to do that every single time, so get used to it. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now your spells are as follows. Every time that you auto attack or cast a spell on someone, you put bleed on them. So as you can see, you have this little bleed, and it deals damage, ticks, helps you clear camps. You can leave camps a lot earlier because your jungle pet will always auto when you deal damage. We got a quick little gank here, it looks like. We're just going to W. First person we can hit is good. I'll flash on this guy. He's going to counter flash here in a second. And then we can't kill unless we got our W2. Which, maybe I should have sent it there. I doubt they're going to look for me here. If they flash on me, this is an E buffer since you get damage reduction. And then we're going to look for W2Q. We don't get to fully win this fight, but I think it actually looks good for us since we got all of their sums. So we should win this overall. Nice. Now, sure, that looked like a lot happened. The TLDR of what just happened is we full cleared, right? So we're both on 24 farm. That means that we all did, or both of us did all of our camps. Neither one of us did a crab. That would put us at 28 farm. The main idea with jungling is you're trying to set up your camps to path you down to the lane that you want to gank. So that's why I did blue buff start here. Oh, top crab has him. I can just fight this guy. He's on double longsword. I'm on pickaxe, so that's good. He does have mid prio here, so I'm going to take that damage. I'm going to walk away. Because again, Briar functions mostly on her cooldowns here. So I don't want to, I don't want to be just trading auto attacks without spells. So I want to really play around that timer here. Oh, do I just catch this guy? If I Q him, he actually does get knocked out of the wall, which is really good for this specific matchup. Heyo. Nice. Now, again, my Gromp is up, so that means his Krug. So that means that his Raptors are spawning when my Wolves are. So we can definitely go ahead and take this. Now, my third camp is spawning, so he might try and trade that. So we have an interesting spot here where, again, Briar's all about you need to give yourself options on who you're hitting, what you're hitting, where you want to be. So for this exact example, right, if you think he's going to go to your Raptors and you're in a spot that you can win the 1v1, path to him. Briar loves to fight, man. Now, if he goes bot lane, kills your bot lane, sometimes, just say team diff, keep it pushing. Can I gank mid? I cannot. This guy might be going for my Krugs here. I'm going to stand in the bush in case he comes for my Raptors, thinking that I went to my top side. And then we'll likely just kill him right here. Auto attack before my W just to get a little bit more damage. W2 actually functions as an execute. Execute is a keyword in League of Legends that says deals more damage the lower they are. Always type something positive in solo queue because you never know which teammate is ready to run it down at moment's notice. So, get it popping. Now again, this game, we're playing this in like, I don't know, over 100 LP Masters, so this is a higher elo game. Stuff moves pretty quick, but you'll get the hang of it. I'm going to wait for a longsword here. Again, Blade of the Ruined King is one of the best 1v1 items in the game, and Briar needs to function from even or ahead or can win the fight, right? If you're ever just running into a fight that you're going to just straight up lose, you need to be doing something else. So Bork helps you win like any 1v1 in the game, utilizing the slow and just all of the great stats, lifesteal, attack speed, and 40 AD, which is like average for items. But where were we at? So again, you want to do a really good full clear so that you have more options on what gank that you're taking or the position that you're approaching fights, because that's going to decide your target. Again, W makes you run towards the closest champion or closest target. And sure, there's a scheme in which that, Briar decides. So champions are at the top of it. So if I'm doing a neutral objective like Dragon, enemy champion walks in, I'm going to run at that champion. So yeah, that part, it's important to know like where people are at and what options they have, what options you have, and then decide if you can make these plays based on that. So right here, we're just going to check this guy. We did all of our camps, and then we look to gank again. Briar needs to be even or ahead to play the game at all. So it is very important that you farm very well. But yeah, so now, again, the camp that you start decides where you're going, right? So if I start blue, it means I'm going down when I'm on blue side. So that should mean that my pathing decision is that these people are the people that I farm for a free win. So the main thing that I'm trying to do here is actually just get straight to bot lane, clearing all my camps. I see Kane is topside. He's level 6 now. That's good. Tribush could be warded if they're like immediately backpedaling like that. Now, luckily, without Kane being here, I'm going to start this dragon. Why is that? Because the odds of their bot lane being able to aggravate me here are very low, right? Because I have my bot lane here, their jungler's not here, and my mid could walk and chase. So no matter what, this situation should be pretty good. Now, you can bypass them walking towards you. Your W makes you, it decides what you hit, right? So you can't queue a different champion. Like, if I'm hitting 2 champions, and I queue 1, it doesn't lock me on that champion. It's a very common misconception about this champ. It only allows me to choose the type of thing that I'm hitting. So, to pick between champion and minions, I can choose that by queuing, X target. And between dragon and champions, I can queue the dragon, and I will be stuck hitting dragon. Now this can work against you if you accidentally queue the wrong thing. You're dead. You're so dead. So that means that if I run to this gank right here, I WQ a minion, I won't hit champions until every minion is gone. So it only locks you into different categories of things to hit, not champion select. Again, that's the biggest Briar misconception ever. Now, I do really want this gank because I need 300 gold to get my item. Usually, if you're getting first item at around 10 minutes, it's usually a very good game for you, but still throwable, right? You're not so far ahead. It seems like my Soraka is trying to bait this really hard by like acting like he's a robot, basically. And I don't know if it's working, but they're trying. Again, you have to play pretty patient here. Can I go for Ophelia? So this is going to be a tough one. Use Barrier, Karma Shield, W2, Pray. I don't think we flash here. If you W here, then you effectively say that you die. So I'm going to try and WQ her. And now I die, right? There's nothing I can do. Hey, get their wave in, maybe. And it's important to understand why I had to sequence my spells like that. If I just W right here without my flash, right? If I just W, then if Kane is closer to me, right, I have to hit Kane. So one thing that you'll likely be seeing me do a million times this game is if I'm trying to make sure I hit a certain target, I will always be WQing to hit them, because WQ, right, Q is a point and click stun. Sure, it doesn't lock me into the target that I'm hitting. Come on, noob done. But it puts me closer to Kane or Karma or whatever champion I use it on. And because I'm closer to them, that allows me to hit them. So again, it's a soft lock on, right? Because I'm not hard locked where Briar's just going to sprint at that target no matter what. But I will be so close to them that Briar chasing them down will likely keep it locked in. Now I see 2 here. I might just walk at this. I got that silly Aatrox champion. He likes to fight in times like this. Their bot lane really took a recall here. Oh well. Does that make sense? So again, Q can make me hit Gromp over a champion right now, but it can't lock me on Aphelios through Karma being closer to me. The only thing that does that is your ultimate. Now your ultimate right here, it's a skill shot. Look at the range. Look at my minimap right now. Look at this range, okay? It's like full map, okay? It does good damage and gives me armor, MR, lifesteal, and move speed. So all really good stats. Kind of tough to hit for cross map, pretty easy in medium range. The main thing that you want to do or know about this is that it locks me into the target that I'm hitting as if Q worked that way, right? So if I hit Karma with ultimate, I will run at Karma till she dies or I hit E. E is your way to cancel both frenzies. That's it, right? So frenzy is W, frenzy is R. Your R frenzy is obviously stronger. It gives more stats like that. But it is important to know that you're not just, if you hit someone with R, you're not just going to WQ someone else and stop it. Not how it works. So you have to be very, very, very aware. Now right here, I W forward, and then I let some auto attacks go off before I Q. Because you don't want to waste your stun before they even realize that they need to turn around yet, right? You want to stun them as they're turning around. That way, you know, you're stopping them from getting away from you. If you're hitting them and they're still walking towards you or just not walking away, you don't want to waste your CC yet. It's a 0.85 stun that reduces armor and MR. And the biggest part about it is it actually is an auto attack cancel. So it's super potent to use it like, you know, W forward, get an auto attack, right? And then cancel the end animation of that auto attack with the Q and then auto attack again. So you'll see a lot of times, like that's why press the attack is really good. Press the attack is every 3 consecutive autos that you get on a target, it deals damage and amps my damage. PTA is better with this because I don't always need W to proc it, right? Auto, right? Just right click someone and then Q and then it reset your auto attack. So then you auto again. That's a very potent burst. It's very strong and a lot of people need to abuse it more. My Aatrox is having such a rough game. He's kind of just dying to every single gank on Earth. Is what it is. When that happens again, your pathing decides like how much this punishes you. Because if I path to bot and he keeps pathing to top, then I should be getting equally as fed off the place that I path to. And if I don't, then maybe I need to reconsider what I path to in the first place, right? If I'm pathing to a lane and there's never a gank, did I actually path correctly or did I think I pathed correctly, you know? That's like one of the biggest problems that Briar players have is, again, this champion needs to function from even or ahead. And that's pretty tough when you're pathing incorrectly, putting yourself at this Ornn Cassante lane and then you can't kill anyone at all. And it's like, well, why weren't you bot lane? Well, I thought I had more ganks. Well, now you learn that you didn't in that moment. One of the best League of Legends lessons I can tell you guys is that, like, having intention with what you do is very important. I think that's going to hit. So right here, right, I can't hit anyone else till this is over. I'm going to let PTA deal the damage for that, and then I'm going to run to the next guy with W. W towards him, Q. He's going to bring his auto attack thing. Ooh, just kidding, Soraka E. Nice. Huge. Yeah, really well played, by the way, by my team. They're kind of cracked. But yeah, play with intention, man. You will not get by on Briar just letting the game play out in front of you. She requires so many just minute choices and decisions to be made that she's not really good at just AFK playing. If you wanted to like have a more chill character, at least for Briar, you'd have to get like pretty decent with her to kind of like do less, you know, really well thought out play. I will say she's not that chill at just like logging in, playing a Briar game. I don't find her to be very possible to do that till after a couple hundred games. She's definitely an investment for sure. Yeah, maybe go these into this. So yeah, it's definitely important to play with like an excruciating amount of intention, because she just won't work the way that you want her to if you don't. Which is like it's actually really awesome. Because like, you know, nothing is cooler in this world than trying, actually. It's become like so popular to be the like I don't care guy, and whatever, it is what it is. I don't even care. I get to this rank, I didn't even have to try, bro. And it's like, I'm going to be honest, to me that is not as cool. I'm going to use my damage reduction here to also buy time, hopefully to sorry, maybe I talk more philosophy here in a second. We have a big fight. I have a Rift Herald started right now. The idea is that I'm trying to heal off this, actually. Again, W2 does execute damage and heals me for it. So I'm trying to just heal off this a ton before the fight starts. I will likely look with my ultimate to confirm that someone dies. W2 plus smite, by the way. So right, I had already previously queued the Rift Herald. So when I W, queue the Rift Herald. Now I know my W2, my bite, will always hit the Rift Herald. So I bite plus smite, and now you have a huge anti-steal mechanic kind of thing. I mean, I'm down to clown, man. I'm gonna, maybe aim here when they go over the wall. We missed that. I think Kane actually saw me there. Really well played. Briar's E is 1.5 second stun and huge magic damage. You guys need to understand. If you ever have the chance to, I'm just gonna use Q here. If you ever have the chance to hit Briar's E for free, like, you know, you're in a bush, they don't know it, it is likely your best option, by the way, and it's not close. It is likely your best option. Because, again, it's, you know, right now it's 378. It goes to, like, 700 damage at base, just chilling, right? And it's 1.5 second stun. Do you know how many autos you can get off in that time? It's 4, by the way, with perfect auto attack cancels. Right here, I'm just dropping Rift Herald because we can use it for a tier 2. Tier 2 turrets are some of the most important in the game, and Rift Herald makes taking them so easy. I'm actually going to do auto, Q, auto, right? It speeds up the auto attacks by using Q on anything. You can actually Q to your teammates and, look, watch this, hop to the boys. You can Q to your teammates, anything in the game, really. Blast cones, Hextech gates, I mean, every single thing. So it's very important to know. Good. Again, just following the build. Bork has done 1,075 damage to champions just based off of the passive, not including the stats, which is really good. Black Cleaver, very insane. Item for Briar. We win this game through neutral objectives. Neutrals are like the best way to win a game of League of Legends right now. So if you've noticed through my gameplay, I really heavy focus them. Briar's best choice against things like Malzahar, Spell Shield, and Edge of Night, Banshee's Veil, stuff like that, is actually just smite it and then stun them. So what you do is you can actually WQ, so W towards them, right? Start Frenzy, Q to stun them, and right before you land with the stun, before the spell gets eaten by Edge of Night, smite them. It's super surprising play. They won't see it coming. So like this, right? He might think that he had that. Now, this I'm not cooking right now. So what did I do wrong? Do you guys know? I'm so fine though, right? It's like not even close. Triumph's gonna proc. I'm gonna send it. I shouldn't do this. I'm not gonna delay. I'm not cooking. Now, in an effort to teach that so directly, I forgot the basics. When you smite Malzahar's, his actually lingers for a second. It's not exactly like Edge of Night. So be smarter. Be smarter than me today. Yeah, so just a minor one to explain why that one didn't work out. But yeah, so I'm again, to go back to like the philosophy talk that we were on. I mean, literally, just care, man. Just care. This champion doesn't function without a little bit of heart and soul in it, man. I'm not trying to be cringe, but like genuinely care. Take pride in what you do with this champ. In really everything in life, but this champion definitely benefits from it a little more than average, I would say, in my biased opinion. Yeah, it's not badass to be the guy that doesn't care, bro. Put your whole foot into this champion. I swear, man. It is so worth it. And it makes you such a badass, man, because, I play her in Challenger. She is not as good in Challenger lobbies when everyone's playing perfectly meta things, because the meta shifts so much, and she hasn't been the best champ in Challenger. And it's just so important, man, that, if you care, it just is worth more. It just feels better. You get more out of it. And yeah, man, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but it makes you a badass to care about something, man. It really does. Despite what popular, content creators might tell you, man, I would thoroughly disagree with anyone that thinks it's cooler to not care than to just care, man. It's badass. Either way, so what have we gone over? We went over Q is an auto attack reset, so that's very important. W, again, lasts for 5 seconds. The armor and magic resist that this applies lasts for 5 seconds, so you always want to Q after your W started, right, to make sure that your W2, the bite, execute, the recast of W, does more damage, which is good. Your E, again, huge 1.5 second stun. It also, on the charge up, 35% damage reduction. Okay, that is a ton. That's a third, a little more. And it always heals, so it base heals you 10%. It costs you 6% of your current health to cast any spell. So if you ever are in need of a little bit of health, just cast E. Just fully charged cast E. It's worth it. This is a really incredibly tough fight to win. They're going to see me stepping in there. They're going to shoot that spell. Maybe we can look for one. We actually don't really want to look right now. Because we're still down the player. We still need to wait for Kaisa. If he gets caught, there's really nothing I can do. I think he's just baiting right now. Really good E from him. Again, we're looking to hit anyone that's not Shen. So you're going to see me just start sharking these angles to try and shoot an ult past Shen, hit someone else. Right? But I don't want to be the one that the fight starts on, because then it's going to be increasingly really tough for me to find the correct target to hit. So a lot of what you're seeing is me just angling to not hit Shen. Oh yeah, right here. I mean, this is free. While they think the team fight's going to them, I'm just going to focus this guy. Shen's going to look to taunt me. I'm going to W past it if I'm not silenced. It's right there. I think he just dies, right? So we're good. I'm going to W, auto Q to get the auto tech reset. I'm going to buffer W2 right before I go under turret. Make sure that I don't have to go under there. Oh my god, they're so dead if I hit this. Boom, boom. Nice. Looks like they're going for my Soraka here. This guy's ascending it. If I get W, he's dead. Nice. They likely FF. Not going to lie. That was so incredibly well played. Dude, my 05 Aatrox is actually, why is he the best player in the lobby? This guy's this guy's actually cracked. I don't know how he's doing it. But yeah. So yeah, man, just, be the badass that everyone knows you can be. Just try at something and own your failures on your shirt, man. Own your failures. Failure is the most badass thing that you can do in life, and this champion's going to come with a ton of them. To even learn, how to play this champ in general, you're going to have to take some L's, bro. You're going to have, it's not going to be all glitz and glamour. It's not going to be awesome every second. It's going to suck. You're going to use your E to try and stun someone, and then it's going to miss. You're going to WQ. They're just going to flash you under turret. You're going to be running under their turret, completely dead. You're dead. There's nothing you can do. Once your E's on cooldown, you have no way to cancel either frenzy. You're dead. That's one of the most badass parts about this champ is, can I use E and then actually in 5 seconds I would actually only be here and not under the turret? It would be so cool. So trust me, man, it's cool. Now the reason why this is the default build, if you were to go plated steel caps and then spear visage, you'd have 100 of each resistance and you'd get 4,000 health. So that's a very tanky, high damage target. So right now you can see my Bork is cranking infinite damage. Black Cleaver has this awesome interaction. Your bleed is physical damage. Read Black Cleaver. Dealing physical damage reduces their armor by 6% for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So the idea is... Oh, this guy. You're not stealing this, I don't think. I'm going to Q it so I can't go to anyone else. My W2. Buffer my R immediately. It hits Shen. This guy, he's on W here. Once he goes off of it, I'm going to use all my spells, not a second before. Swap my pink ward over to the bush. That's one of the reasons this champion's so badass, right? I'm going to use my E here just to heal up a little bit. I feel like they're actually winning this fight because my team's actually chasing Kayn right now. I could like W flash Q and just kill someone here, but I'm not for sure that I'd live following it. This guy will not step up into this bush. That fight didn't go as well just because we split, right? My soul lanes went to one player and we went to another, so had I went to them or they went to me, that would have went better, but we didn't. That's okay. I got big respect for enemy team not FFing, man. Nice. Fully check this out. Now, in your mid game, let me tell you, when your team starts grouping mid like this is actually where you don't want to be. Briar doesn't want to be here for random outnumbers and so on. She'd rather be side lane trying to help, you know, just set up a 2v1 or a 2v2, right? She likes the smaller fights to make sure. I think I might be able... No, he didn't pivot at all. I'm just going to point and click Q here. I'm not for sure that I want to fight, so I'm just going to use regular autos here. Maybe go for Kayn behind this guy. Oh, big miss. The game has gotten into a weird spot right now where both teams are playing pretty bad macro, I can't lie. I think I can just walk over and kill this guy. Before I fight him, I'm just going to use my E, gain some health real quick. As long as I have my E, it's fine. Now here, I'm not going to use Smite for his spell shield. I don't need to. Once I auto, it'll go away. So there you go. Q him as an auto tech reset. Buffer my W2 before he ults me, right? I can use E. It actually doesn't need to hit because my next W is going to kill him. So it just ensures that I have a little bit more health going into this. W2, I need a little bit more health. I'm looking to maybe join this fight. So yeah, Briar likes to play really high tempo game though. If you don't know what tempo is, basically just low mistakes. You always want to be doing something, even if that something is like, hey, my team's losing every fight. As long as you're farming, you're good. This champ has really high top end plays where, you know, my ult, when that circle around the target that I hit, fully fears them for 1.5 seconds, makes them run away from you, and it deals magic damage. That magic damage also applies your bleed, and with that bleed, oh GG, with that bleed, it fully procs your Black Cleaver. So hitting ultimate is like one of the craziest things ever. It's so OP. So the more targets that you hit, the better. And I'm saying all that because if all 5 targets have 30% physical damage reduction, armor reduction, right? Feared for 1.5, and then maybe you decide to E them into a wall for another 1.5 second stun. Like, your top end is so incredibly high. Sure, you're not getting that every time. Do that on 2 targets. It's more than enough. My center is smurf this game. But yeah, so yeah, I could try and just tell you more about the champ. I had like a checklist going into this. Again, these runes always going to pull some numbers. Build again every time we're cranking damage. Yeah, let me try and just make sure I hit my checklist real quick since that game was kind of fast. So again, if you don't know who I am, man, I play NA server. All right, I'm Logan Jungle. Nice to meet you, bro. I've been making Briar only content for almost 2 years now. This champ is my bread and butter. I make build guides, right? Teaching you like which builds for which games. I show you different like tech options that you can do. I play her in every role. I have 80 carry support, every single role videos. I make like smaller guides on like how to play with Titanic Hydra. Titanic Hydra is your best build. I don't recommend it for newer players because you have to sequence your autos, right? W1, auto attack, Q, auto attack, W2, or Titanic, auto attack, W2, right? And not everyone, their first game can handle the extra button and placing it correctly. So when you're ready for that, obviously do it. Bork, again, is your second best build. That's why I recommend it. And it helps you kind of manage your Briar a little bit more beforehand. Yeah, man, I think it's... So the main things were Q's an auto tech reset. Your passive physical damage, that procs your Black Cleaver, makes it really good. Your E always is damage reduction, but always heals you 4% minimum. W again lasts for 5 seconds, and then you W2 at some point in there. It will not auto cast. Your ult point and click hits that person. You cannot change that unless you E or they die. And those are the main things to really focus on. Again, like gameplay wise, I play a very, very low mistake game. The champion comes with inherent mistakes that sometimes will be out of your control, okay? You need to be very hard on yourself with blaming yourself for those things, because genuinely, it's going to hold you back if you start trying to blame your team every time that you play Briar, and you don't realize that it's actually your fault in the position that you put yourself in, and that's why enemy team was able to counterplay you. Yeah, that's definitely my biggest thing. Yeah, man, I love this champ, man. I love this champ. This champ is badass. So yeah, you have so many different options, right? You can play lethality, AP, tank, on hit, bruiser. You do it all, man. It's really cool. So again, that's kind of what my YouTube is, and my Twitch stream, of course, is like me just testing random things, having more fun, right? And videos, you likely see that I'm very direct in what I'm trying to tell you guys, right? And on stream, I'm having a little bit more fun. So if you don't like the true teaching Logan, maybe fun Logan's for you. Again, I have itemization guides for every different Briar build. She's had so many different builds, bro. It's tough to keep up with sometimes, but if you're dedicated, it's pretty easy. Coach Broxa, right? One of the GOATs of all time, right? Anyone that tries, any content creator, any huge content creator, they're like, yeah, I want to play Briar. Call me that day. I'll be right there. So again, I do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, this felt like a decent guide for you guys, but I mean, the main thing is it's going to take time. It's going to take so much time, okay? Accept it. But love the grind. And the grind will feel like, just because you love the grind doesn't mean it'll feel good the whole time. It's going to suck. Dude, I had 2 of the worst days ever back-to-back yesterday and the day before. The grind isn't always awesome, okay? Reality is that the end result of it is great, so you just got to push through. Enjoy the bad, take it with the good, and keep it moving. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Let me know what questions you had, and I'll help you out. I answer every single YouTube comment ever on this channel. Why do I do it? I don't know. It's just something I started, and I never stopped. So if you look, I reply to every comment. So you have no reason to not get your question answered. You've none at all. So please enjoy that, and have a great day, bro. Have a good one.